Let's see what a successful Facebook ad campaign looks like, from campaign structure all the way to the single ad itself. What's going on, guys? Lazar Suva here with GrowBetter HQ Marketing. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through a Facebook ad campaign that I've run a few separate times now for a friend of mine that runs a nonprofit business here in Michigan. Now, what I'm going to show you through this video is the actual campaign setup. So from the campaign structure, the ad set where we do all the audience targeting, to the actual ad itself, which is what the audience sees when they get on their Facebook app, on their phone or their laptop or computer. Now, you're going to want to pay close attention to this video because I'm going to break down everything A to Z. We're going to talk a little bit about his business and how we use that to make the marketing messages and understand what's going to work the best. And I'm going to really give you all the detail on why I chose the copy, why I chose specific headlines, why I chose the video that I chose to run for him, and a few other strategies. But make sure you watch the video. Again, this is another over-the-shoulder look video, so you can create your own campaign while you're watching this video. Feel free to pause and play at your will. And if you have any questions, shoot them down below. And if you want, you can always reach us at lazar@growbetterhq.com. Hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, guys, so the business that we're going to be using in this video is Involved Ad. So you're going to be actually seeing a real Facebook ad that was ran. We've ran this specific campaign 4 separate times. As easy as just changing the dates, changing a few key pieces of information, and just rerunning it with a new budget because it's done so well the previous times. Involved Ad is a nonprofit here in Genesee County, Michigan. They help strengthen families through fatherhood engagement. Website is involvedad.org. Sean Hart, the founder of the nonprofit, is a great guy. And if this is something of interest of you, obviously take a look at them. But let's jump right into the meat and potatoes of today's video. So like you see, when you jump into business.facebook.com's ad manager, this is the page that you typically see. If you've never ran ads yourself, all you'll have is the create button here. Obviously, we've ran many ads for them, so I've just selected the 2 that are important in today's video. So right off the bat, you're going to see last month we ran this ad for I want to say 3 weeks. We spent $200. So I want to dispose of one myth right away, that you have to spend hundreds upon hundreds of dollars to run profitable ad campaigns. Now, that completely depends on the type of business you're in and the nature of that business and how competitive it is. So if it's a local nonprofit and your audience size is only as great as the people that live in the area that you're advertising in, obviously you don't have to spend thousands of dollars a day. Now, if you have an e-commerce brand and your audience size is the entire, the world or United States of America, then you're able to spend thousands of dollars a day because your reach is a lot larger. So here you see that with $200 of ad spend, we reached 6,000 people. And that was actually really good for this case, because in this specific campaign, the end goal is to get people to hit the ad and fill out this information here in the Contact Us page. So again, here's another myth we're going to dispose of right away, that you need a fancy landing page. As you see right here, it is a Contact Us page. Leave us a message and we'll get back to you. It's funny, when he sent me the landing page, I wanted to make sure it was the correct one, and he said, yeah, this is the one we want to use, and it's working very well. All they had to do is fill out their name here, their phone, email, click the Impact Fatherhood Services, put it in their own message, click submit, and we had this filled up immediately within the 3 weeks time span. So right away, here you see 2 campaigns. And why do we have 2 campaigns? One is a prospecting campaign, and the other one's a retargeting campaign. Now, the differences are prospecting campaigns are going to be prospecting new audiences, so new potential customers, people have never heard of your brand before. And then the retargeting campaign, I think it's always important to run a retargeting campaign behind your prospecting, because we know that sometimes you'll be scrolling online and you'll see an ad that you like, you'll click it, you might visit the page, you might even start filling out the cart information to purchase it, and then you'll either get a phone call or you'll put your phone down because something important happened and you just forget. Now, it's our job as marketers to make sure that we get in front of you again. So in this way, in this example, we do it through a retargeting video ad. And how we make sure to get in front of those people is by targeting people who have shown interest in the first layer of that ad. And I'll show you how we do that here a little bit later as well. So let's go right into the details of the first ad, the prospecting ad. And I want to show you some KPIs, right? So we want to talk about the KPIs again. So if you've watched our other video, the three most important KPIs are CPMs, CTRs, and the cost per click. So in here, we want to get this around that $15 price range. We're right there. We want a 1% click-through rate, and collectively, we're pretty much right there as well. And a cost per click of $1.57. This being a nonprofit, he's a little bit less sensitive to that cost per click. That is a very valuable click for him. So we're more than okay for this cost per click. And you see right off the bat, for the prospecting, we had a $20 ad budget, daily budget. And for the retargeting, it was just a quarter of that, so $5 a day. And I'll explain the reasoning behind that pricing a little later as well. So let's jump into this one right off rip. So you see when you're scrolling down, we had 3 different ad sets in this campaign right here. It is a CBO campaign. The first ad set was single fathers, and it's zip code restricted. So how do we do the single fathers zip code restricted? So we went down and I picked up all the city and town zip codes that are around Genesee County. So that's where this business, this nonprofit is located in. And we narrowed the age group as well. So I wanted to hit people above the age of 25, so 25 and older. I wanted to hit men in this situation. And in Facebook, you have such detailed targeting that you can utilize. So for here, I went into demographics, relationship statuses, and I selected divorced and single. So there's a few ways you can do this. So for me, I'm telling Facebook, if there's a man, someone who is in the ages of 25 to 65 and older that lives in these cities or towns, and on their Facebook page they say they're divorced or single, I want my ad to show to them. And Facebook's telling me that there's about 16,000 to 19,000 people in this county that we're targeting that are either divorced single men from the ages 25 and older. So if I wanted to get more detailed, I'd want to go define further. If I click define further, it'll ask me what else. So that means if I put an interest here, they must be divorced or single, and whatever interest we put in here as well. So remember, if you do that, it's immediately going to limit that audience size. It's going to shrink it even more. So remember, a targeted audience is a good thing. You don't want a super hyper targeted audience where the audience size is 1,000 people. You're spending up the nose to get in front of them, and you're probably letting a lot of people slip through the cracks when you get super hyper targeted. So from there we go into placements. For placements, we just did manual placements. Reason being is we want to only target them on Facebook. So I did manual placements in Facebook newsfeed because I wanted to get the cheapest real estate. I wanted to make sure that my Facebook ad wasn't showing up on articles or showing up on a Facebook story feed or somewhere in the right column of the desktop. I just wanted it right in the Facebook feed. I wanted to make sure we knew exactly where these people were. So that's what we selected. Now, sometimes when you're retargeting, you could do the recommended, where it's going pretty much on all platforms and all devices. That's typically what I do in most cases for retargeting campaigns. But this being a prospecting campaign, we wanted to keep it just on the Facebook newsfeed. Over here, I optimize everything for conversions. You see that up top. So this is a conversion, a lead generating conversions ad. Typically I run conversion campaigns only because I'm trying to look for people to purchase. I'm not looking for traffic. I don't want cheap clicks. That's typically not valuable for us. It may be valuable for your business if it is, or if you have any questions, obviously just shoot an email to us and we'll help you as much as we can. In this setting, we did the attribution of 7 days after. So for example, with a 1-day click in a view setting, their system would learn from that conversion that it happened after that day. So it show people that ad that convert within a day. We know that people aren't going to typically convert within a day when they see this ad. They're going to come back. So we did a 7 days after clicking attribution setting, and it worked just fine for us. Obviously, this can be vary depending on the strategy or the type of business. So before I get into the ads, I want to show you the other two ad sets and why we chose two others, why we didn't just do one big one, and how they differentiate. So before I click into them, the reason we have 3 different ad sets is because we like to test things. So for example, we have one test that's testing single fathers. We have one that's a 1% lookalike of people who've engaged with his page. So he has a Facebook business page. Obviously, you need one to run ads. If you don't have a Facebook business page, watch one of our previous videos, create one, create it the right way so you can avoid restrictions. After that, you can start building up an audience based on the people who engage with your Facebook page. So we know that people who engage with this involved that Facebook page are likely people seeking this type of information. So we can use that as an audience that does pretty well for us. So if I click on this ad set, you see I created a custom audience, which I'll go over in a much deeper video here in the future as well. This custom audience is a lookalike, a 1% lookalike in the entire United States of people who've engaged with this Facebook page. Now, what I also did was I limited it, so it's not just showing it to the 1% in the entire US, it's also showing it only to the people that live in those zip codes as well again. Now, this audience size was much larger at 70,000 compared to the 16,000 that Facebook found for the one that I was doing all the demographic and detailed targeting. So this one doesn't have the divorced or single demographics here. Reason being is because I'm already testing that in one ad set. I want to test something completely different in this ad set. Everything else stayed the same. Facebook newsfeed and 7 days after click attribution. The reason being is when you're testing things, it's a lot better and it keeps the test more clean and simple when you test one variable at a time. That way, when you do see results or lack of results, you typically will know where that's coming from. So the last ad set that we did was pretty sure just zip code. So zip code and men, no custom audience, no demographics, super broad. It's pretty much just asking Facebook, hey, let me see if your system, if your AI and your machine learning can help us find the right people based on who is clicking these ads in the first place. So those are the 3 ad sets. So right now we've covered the type of campaign. So we go back, this is a conversions campaign. Campaign objectives are right over there. We always run conversion campaigns typically. with a $20 ad budget CBO, meaning it's going to spend $20 distributed between all three of these ad sets. Now, if ad set 1 is doing better than ad set 2, then it's going to spend more money in ad set 1, and so on and so forth. We've also discussed the 3 different ad sets that we created, and now we're going to go into the actual ad itself. So I also test the ads themselves, guys. We want to continuously test things. You don't want to just do one ad set, one audience with one ad, one copy, and just go with it. You want to test different copies, different marketing messages, different videos, different images, and so on and so forth. So here I'll show you the changes we made. So we'll go to the second copy. So we'll go right into the primary text first. So again, this is a fatherhood program, helping single fathers. It's a limited seating program where it's just 12 weeks. They come in and they discuss legal assistance, child support, parent education, restoration of the family, connecting the fathers to community services, custody and support, navigating friend of court, and so on and so forth. So what I want to show you here is in the primary text, you want right off the bat, you want your ideal audience to read what they see. This is the first thing they're going to see here in the ad preview to the right. This is the first thing they'll see when they're scrolling down. So we got to know, okay, how am I going to capture that person's attention? And how am I going to have not my ideal audience completely ignore this message? Because I don't want to spend money on people who are not my ideal audience. That's a waste of my money, and it's just going to make their time on this platform not as enjoyable for them either. So right away, you see the first 3 little lines is the real estate that Facebook gives you on their news feed. So anything above those first 3 lines, those first 3 folds, will be hidden underneath the See More button. So if they click See More, they'll see everything. But the important thing is when you have that real estate, you want to make sure you try to get as much of your point across as possible. So here I put, need help with family court, child support, custody, or parent education, ? We have a free, in all caps, 12-week fatherhood program. Right there, you already know who my ideal audience is and who I'm trying to target. And if you read that and you are in need of any of those, you're gonna likely click See More, or you're gonna watch this video. So if you do click See More, you see right here it says all the information. There's a little copy issue here, but don't wait to register. It's showing how many people can be held in here. So it says we can only hold 15 people for the cohort. The reason we use this marketing is, it's the scarcity, right? So we want to make sure that if you're seeing this and you're reading this and you're the ideal audience, that you're going to take action as quickly as possible. It isn't a scare tactic in this case. It is true that he only has 15 seats available for each of these classes. So we want to make sure these people know that. And I put it pretty much twice in 2 sentences back to back, just to reiterate that fact. And then we're using words like limited, registration is limited, do not wait to register, when do the classes start? We're giving you all that important information, and we're also showing you that there's a level of scarcity that if you do want to do this, you want to join the cohort, we're enticing that action to be taken. In the text as well, you can cover some of the things that are that you're going to be selling or sharing. So let's use a different example. Let's say this was a pizzeria, and it's a local pizzeria, and they're showing a new deal where you get a Stromboli, 2 pizzas, 2-liter pops, and some crazy bread. Well, this is where you want to put what that offer is, right in the primary text. Show them what the offer is, have them click the ad, and have them convert on your website. So that's exactly what we're doing here. We're giving you the offer. We're telling you what's on the menu, what you are, what you're going to get. Again, we put a registration link at the bottom. I always put the landing page link at the bottom of the copy as well. You can always click the call to action button in the ad, but just in case, I want to make it easier. As you see here, it's gonna, let me try to click expand, click see more. I put one here and I put another one there. They can they can watch the video, or they can click learn more as well. So now let's talk a little bit about that video. So the video itself, let me play it here real quick. I don't know if it'll play with everything going on. Probably not going to. So let me click expand once more. So the video is about a 45-second video of this gentleman talking about his experience with Cohort, his experience with Involved Dad, and how it's benefited not only his life, but his family's life as well. So the reason we use this video is because we want, again, our ideal audience, the person who needs to hear this message, listen to this video, watch this video and say, you know what? That person was in a similar situation that I was in, point A, and this helped him get to point B. So you're trying to make those connections, not only in the text, but in the video as well. And I always recommend, if you can, do video rather than images, because videos have a lot more, it's just a much more solid approach. You can put in a lot more information into a video. For the headline, you want to make it urgent. It's those little characters that they read at the bottom. So for this one, I put help for single fathers, limited seats, right? Again, I'm speaking to my target audience, single fathers, and I'm telling them there's a sense of urgency here. There's limited seats. So if you're interested, keep watching. The call to action I used is learn more. Facebook gives you an option to use many. There's shop now, sign up, request times, order now, play game, book now, apply now. We're using learn more. We're not forcing people to do anything. We want them to simply just learn more about this, because we know when they hit that, they're going to go into this contact form, they're going to submit this, and they're going to get a call from the representatives at Involved Dad to get them into the cohort. Destination. Where do we want them to be sent? We wanted them to be sent right over there as well. So that's where you put the destination, the website URL. Your landing page goes right here. Now, finally, there's tracking. So your pixel. I did a video on pixel setup. Watch that video as well. This is very important. You always want your tracking set up properly. And that is the ad. So the second, the other test is just a little bit different copy. You see, it's just shorter. So sometimes I test short copy with long copy. In this case, they both do pretty well. So I didn't want to turn one off and one on. We kept them both running, but there's really no difference in this one as well. So that is the prospecting campaign. And then we'll go into the retargeting campaign. So we'll jump right into this. So for retargeting, again, the campaign objective was conversions. No CBO is on here. It's no campaign budget optimization. It's just one ad set. I wanted to keep this super targeted, and I'll show you how I did that. So right here, the ad set name, retarget audience, zip restriction, pixel, Involved Dad. Conversion event is a lead. I'm trying to get leads. Daily budget's $5. So if you're spending $100 a day on prospecting, spend maybe $10 a day to start with on retargeting. And then if you're not getting the reaction you're getting, or if you're not getting in front of those people enough, then you can bump it up a little bit by little. So we recommend to go in increments of 20% budget increases. So if I'm spending $10, I'll spend $12, and then I'll increase it by 20% and see if I'm getting better results. So for this one, we spent $5 a day. And who do we want to retarget it? We retargeted engagement video, custom audience of people who watched 10 seconds of the first video. So how did we create that? We created it in the custom audience section. in Facebook. There's a video out for that as well. That's going to be coming out here shortly. So make sure you watch that if you don't know how to do this. So I'll explain it though real quick for you. So what this is telling Facebook is I've created an audience that every time somebody watches at least 10 seconds of that first video that I just showed you, that first ad, they get put into a custom audience. So that custom audience grows over time. And then what I want to do is I want to retarget those people because I know that they're my target audience. 10 seconds might not seem like a long, period of time right off the top of your head. But if you think about it, if somebody watched that video for 10 seconds, they're obviously interested in whatever we have to say. So we want to make sure we get in front of those people as much as possible to get them to sign up to this cohort, for example. So in here, I didn't do too much besides the custom audience. The zip code stayed the same. I didn't do anything with the age range because I already know somebody who's 18 didn't see that first video. In here, like I said earlier in the video, we did a placement on everything because we want to make sure if they're watching an article, they see our video. If they're on Facebook, they see the video. If they're on Instagram, they see the video. Wherever they are, we're trying to follow them, make sure that they finish the process that they started. Now, finally, we'll go into the video. So it looks like, let's see, okay. Facebook's having some issues here. No worries. Let me see if I can give you another. All right. Let me just take that ad preview out. So what we did was we created a video that we had Sean create. So you see it here quickly before it gets taken down. All right, here it is. Perfect. So you see this video is going, fairly viral in the community. 66 shares. The headline is an urgent video from Sean Hart, volume up. So we want to try to create that urgency again. We know that these people are interested, and this is a video of Sean talking about the cohort in this example, talking about how they help fathers, how this fatherhood program has helped hundreds of fathers in the past, and how it helped that individual that's watching the video as well. It really reiterates some of the things that you're seeing in the primary text copy right here, and it just shows that sense of urgency. Hey, make sure you fill out this form. It is obviously limited, and we want to get you involved. So again, this is showing just the people who showed interest in that first layer of targeting. The learn more button stayed the same. Obviously the website URL stayed the same. The tracking stayed the same in here as well. We only used one video. We didn't have to do testing. We already knew this video was working in the past, and we wanted to just continue to run that. So let's see if I can see here. Let me try to get you guys some performance. Let me see if I can. All right, yep, that's what I wanted to get. So frequency, you see this one showed to people 2.4 times per person. So the person would see that first video once, and then they would see, you see that Hyros info is coming out here. There you go. So they'd see the first video once or twice, then they'd see this one at least twice. So we're making sure we're getting in front of those people more and more. But guys, I think that kind of covers this video. I wanted to keep it simple. I don't want to go too deep into some details like the audience creation. I'm going to be showing that in another video. But I hope this video helped. This is how simple a Facebook ad campaign can be. You've seen the spend doesn't have to be astronomical. It just has to be targeted well with the right message to the right audience, right video, and you'll do great. Test, and consistently try new things. But watch this video over and over again. This is the bread and butter of how to make Facebook ads work at the local level for any type of local business. So again, I hope this video helped. If you guys got any questions, feel free to ask, and we'll see you guys on the next video.